Hello again. Thank you for joining us for the AAWR Training Workshop Part 2, Overview of Plant Biology and Invasive Plant Species. In this section, we will discuss basic plant biology and the common characteristics of invasive plant species. There are three main life cycles observed in plants. 1. Annuals that complete their life cycle once a year. 2. Biennials that take 2 years to complete their life cycle. For the first year, biennials grow as a vegetative rosette plant that overwinters, and in the second year, the plant will flower, produce seeds, and then die. For example, garlic mustard is a biennial plant. 3. Lastly, perennials live for more than 2 years and continue to reoccur. There are 4 characteristics of perennials. Herbaceous perennials have soft, non-woody stems, while woody perennials have woody stems. Woody perennials can either be deciduous, which sheds leaves annually and grow new ones in the spring, while evergreen perennials retain green leaves throughout the year. English ivy is classified as an evergreen perennial. Since the settlement of Europeans in the United States over 500 years ago, 50,000 plant species have been introduced accidentally and intentionally. Out of that 50,000, 5,000 of those have gone wild to compete with 17,000 native plants. Here are some terms to consider. A native plant occurs, grows, or has evolved naturally in an area. These plants existed in the United States prior to European contact and were not introduced by humans, whereas a non-native plant was accidentally or intentionally introduced by humans or human activities. It is important to note that not all non-native plants are problematic. Now, an invasive plant is a non-native species that is likely to cause economic or environmental harm or harm to human health. So, to reiterate, all invasive plants are non-native, but not all non-natives are invasive. 2 other terms to think about. An aggressive plant can be native or non-native, but has heightened adaptive strategies and can quickly populate an area or outcompete nearby plants. Lastly, a weed is simply a plant out of place or undesirable in a particular location. For example, a woody plant species encroaching on meadows. It is funny how we are called the Anne Arundel weed resistance and weed warriors, but really we are focusing on the non-native invasives, also known as NNIs. So what makes NNIs so successful to outcompete natives? They can multiply quickly and spread easily, grow or mature rapidly, lack predators, are evergreen or leaf out early, and are hardy where they can adapt to any disturbance, light, moisture levels, and soil conditions. As NNIs outcompete natives, this reduces biodiversity, which affects the food chain by degrading food sources, reduces habitat, and affects natural succession. This can also increase diseases and spread more pests. Some NNIs even change the hydrology and soil chemistry, and this can impact phyal susceptibility. For humans, NNIs can impede recreational activities and damage property. Overall, the cost of damage and control of NNIs is over $140 billion per year. For the last 3 slides, we will discuss basic plant structure and identification, which is crucial for understanding, identifying, and removing NNIs. Plants have 6 main morphological characteristics: leaves, flowers, fruit, buds or twigs, bark, and roots. Become familiar with the leaf, which is comprised of a blade, the flat part of the leaf, the midrib, the major vein of the leaf, the petiole, the stalk of the leaf, and there could be a stipule, a type of hair or gland on the leaf. The petiole attaches to the bud. Leaves can either be simple, 1 leaf and 1 petiole, or compound, comprised of many leaflets that attach to a petiole. Plants can also be identified through leaf arrangement. There are three main ways leaves are arranged: opposite, alternate, or whorled. Opposite refers to 2 leaves per node, whereas alternate is 1 leaf per node. Whorled involves 3 or more leaves per node that go around the stem. The node is the part of the plant stem from which 1 or more leaves emerge. Lastly, take a look at the margin, the edge of the leaf, and the shape, the overall outline of the leaf. Look at the shape of the leaf base, the presence of hairs, and odor. These characteristics will help you identify the plant and whether or not it is an NNI.